Hi everybody and welcome to this tactical review. I'm not showing you this battle because I did something really extraordinary. I didn't have a great game with loads of damage, I didn't even get a single epic medal. I'm showing you this game because I think I made some tactical decisions which really helped our team win the game. And I wanted to share it with you to show how mediocre players like myself, I'm just heading into the green area. So I'm far from a blue player, let alone a purple player. But I wanted to show how we too can make a difference. Also, I wanted to show you how important it is not to get stuck in one mindset. Ooh, I'm going there, I'm gonna do that. You constantly have to pay attention to the minimap and you have to adapt your tactics to what's going on there. So, Prokhorovka and counter battle. I'm in the Cromwell Berlin, which is a very fast but not a very well armored medium tank. And I'm mid-tier. As you can see, I'm headed for the hill. That's where the heavy battle usually takes place, especially in these encounter games where the hill provides excellent view range of the cap. So I figure I should go up there, support my heavies with my agility, maybe get a few spots off for tanks who decide to stay down below. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of tanks coming with me. In fact, right now I seem to be heading there all by myself. Yep, it's just me and there's one heavy making his way here. I don't really like this setup. I have no idea how many of them are going to the hill at this point. So I decided to just stay safe, stay low and snipe on the cap. Well, there's my first kill, and by now we know that half their team is heading towards the hill. I still only have the support of one heavy, and he's not a very good player if I have to believe the statistics. I've got to get out of here. A light tank on an early suicide run showed us that there's not a whole lot of enemy tanks that chose the direction of the 1-2 line. Since most of their tanks are spotted, I really don't think there will be any surprises there. So I figure if we can push there, perhaps we can apply pressure on the hill from two flanks. And now I have the advantage of driving the Cromwell Berlin. It has the speed to actually drive all the way over to the other side of the map to go and support there. We're one tank behind and our team seems to be taking their time on the 1-2 line. I can understand that decision because if you push and you don't have the support of your team, you're dead and you really haven't done anything useful. While when you camp you have a pretty strong position. Still, since we've pretty much already lost the hill, we need to move forward now. I'm gonna let my team know that I'm coming and that we're going to need to push the 1-2 line. I'm not sure if they'll notice, but it doesn't hurt to try. My sixth sense hasn't gone off yet, so I haven't been spotted. And I'll try and use the bushes as much as possible to keep it that way. There's the first spot, let's take care of that tank.
Penetration.
And the tank destroyer is spotted as well.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Ooh, bad aim. But a team player takes care of him and we can move forward. I want to move all the way up to the A line before I go east, so as to prevent anything hugging the railroad in the middle from spotting me. This tank doesn't have the greatest view range, so it might not spot them back. My sixth sense goes off, so I'm spotted. I try to maneuver a little to stay out of fire just in case anyone decides to aim at me, but I want to push forward towards the railroads to use the bushes for safety. And there's what probably spotted me, their artillery.
Penetration. Where'd they go?
I take a hit from their T-34-85 and get into cover. I try to stay hull down, hiding as much of my tank as I can while I try and get a shot at him. I can shoot him now, but he's on fire and I don't really want to steal the kill. Now let's see if I get spotted if I show my head up here. There was an M6 right there. Will it still be there? Well, I'm not sure if it's still there, but I got spotted. If anybody's paying attention to my tank, I want to make them guess what I'm doing. So I drive forwards again. When the spot's gone, I go back. Let's see if I get spotted from this place as well. Nope, my sixth sense doesn't go off, so I can cross the railroad here safely. I decide to make it to the island, see if I can snipe some from there. I have the hit points to take a shot at that M6, but I'm seen and he takes a shot at me as well. I get behind these ridges for safety. Once the spot wears off, I decide to use those bushes on the left to see if I can spot any of their tanks still on the hill. At this point we are ahead 11-9. Though I doubt our RT is going to last much longer in a one-on-one fight with the IS-2. Still, we're not in a very bad position with 2 tanks near the cap and 2 mediums in a sniping position and me here on the island. We can create a nice crossfire like this. Now I know one of their SUs is still on the hill because he was spotted a moment ago, but I'm not sure where the T-150 and the other SU have gone to. Nor am I sure what my team's gonna do, so I decide to wait. And there's a T-150. Let's see if I can put a shot into him. I wasn't spotted when I drove forwards, which is good. The T-150 has pretty good armor, but I should be able to penetrate any surface that isn't angled at me. That one went right into the side of the turret. I'm not yet spotted, but I still don't want to go forwards too much, because I think there might still be an SU on that hill that could spot me if I do. Like that. Guess I got a C2 aiming at the cap circle from the other side of this ridge. Driving straight in there now with the SU still on the hill sniping towards the cap circle and the IS-2 also capable of hitting the cap circle. And one SU still unknown. That would be a suicide run, which is why I decide to snipe. I'm still trying to find a good position from which to snipe at the cap circle while being protected from that SU on the hill. This spot seems to do it.
We didn't even scratch them.
That shot didn't go through and now he's behind the house, so I decide to just shoot the house instead. All the houses in the cap circle can be destroyed. He's tracked and... oh, he just moves backwards when I try to shoot. Even though we didn't see that one hit because the cap circle stopped counting. I try another blind shot but it misses. And by now we are 1 tank behind. Our RT and that IS-2 are still alive, much to my surprise. Still, how much can you do when you're an arty player in that position? With that IS-2 probably just waiting for you to take a shot so he can move in and kill you. Now the enemy team still has 2 good players left and 2 players with stats that aren't that impressive, but taking our own arty out of the equation for the moment, I am left with a T-34-85 whose stats aren't very great either, although with 48k games he might yet surprise me. Still, the odds are against us now. We have a 24% chance of winning this battle, where we started out with 41. There the RT is gone, and I reckon that the T-34-85 and I are going to have to work together if we're going to solve this. So I decide to try and communicate to him. When you're in a situation like this where it's 2 against 4 and you have a rough idea of where some of your opponents might be, it's always best to work together and try and take out your opponents one by one to even the odds. He doesn't seem to be paying attention to the chat though as he starts moving forward. Considering there's still at least 1 sniper on the hill, that's really not a very smart move. And again, I'm not interested in going on a suicide run with him, so I decide to just snipe from back here instead. Provide some backup fire, see what we can do. Someone else is trying to point out that there's still someone left on the hill, but he doesn't seem to be paying attention. He takes care of that T-150 and is now all alone in the cap circle. I'm not sure what I was thinking here, perhaps I just wanted to see if I could rush the hill, but I get spotted and decide to get to safety instead. My full health teammate is driving around the cap circle and it's helping him getting 2 spots off. Both SUs are on the hill, both are one shot. I take the one I can hit easiest. I take a quick shot at the other SU, but I miss. Unfortunately, he takes care of the T-34-85 in the cap. And now I'm all alone against one SU which is a one shot, and one IS-2 whose health I'm not sure about, since he was last spotted well outside my render range. I know what to do though. It's time to go for the hill now that the SU is on there all by himself. And my dead teammate seems to agree with me. I still have most of my health, so I should be alright taking one shot. I don't know where the IS-2 exactly has gone off to, but I'm hoping to catch that SU on its own. I'm not sure about the view range of that SU-100M1 and he's in a bush, but he's also a bit further on the hill. That's probably why I'm not getting spotted right now. The cap circle is running and it must be the IS-2 because I don't see how the SU-100M1 could have made it off that hill into the cap circle this fast. And yep, there's the SU. Quick auto aim takes care of him. I'm spotted though, and this hill isn't very safe from the cap circle, so I'm trying to move on quickly, and I load APCR as is suggested by my dead teammate. I didn't expect to spot that IS-2 from here, but I happen to be at a great position to shoot back at him. Let's see where exactly I have to go to make this work. Can I spot him again? Yep, there he is. He's behind that house. I can hit just a little part of him, but this gun isn't very accurate. My shot seems to have baited him though. He drives backwards and that turns out to become his downfall. And so, against all odds, this battle is won. Like I said in the beginning, I'm pretty sure that I won this battle because I made some good tactical decisions. If I had just stayed on that hill in the beginning of the battle, I would have died early and we would have lost. If we hadn't pushed that 1-2 line when we did, they might have pushed us and killed us instead. And choosing that island as a base gave me some pretty clear shots on the enemy tanks without getting shot at myself. Well, as you can see, I didn't do really great. As I said, I didn't receive any epic medals. I only got a 3rd class medal. But I think you can agree with me when I say that in the end I managed to carry the game. I have the highest experience of my team, having done 1173 damage and 4 kills. But there were no epic medals, there was just good tactics. And that concludes today's tactical video. I hope you enjoyed watching and don't be afraid to leave a comment. Or give me a thumbs up if you like. Goodbye.